And take it away. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you to the Thursday, January 9th, 2025 Tumwater Public Works Committee meeting. With that, I'll call to order. We have our council members, Councilmember Althauser, Councilmember Jefferson, and myself, Councilmember Swarthout, in attendance. First action item is approval of the minutes from the November 21st, 2024 meeting.
I move that we approve.
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And moving on to the December 5th, 2024 Public Works minutes. I have a motion to approve.
I move that we approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I probably should have done this beforehand, as we are going to be moving from the agenda. We'll going taking it out of order. We'll go ahead and start with the item number 5 with the right of entry agreement with Dana Day for the Barnes Lake Management District. Take it away, Dave.
Yeah, good morning. How is everybody this for New Year's? Happy New Year's. So yeah, let me pull up my screen here and we'll talk about the right of entry agreement real quick. Let's see, I think I might have the wrong screen up. You guys see the right of entry agreement slide?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool, we'll go with it then. All right, so I want to present to you today the Dana Day right of entry agreement that helps support the actions for the Barnes Lake Management District. Next slide. So Dana Day's property is on the eastern side of Barnes Lake here at 231 Lark Street, just south of the Michael T. Simmons Elementary School. And her property is unique. It offers boat access for our contractor to conduct vegetation maintenance, as well as provides city staff access to conduct water quality monitoring on a monthly basis. There are no other access points for boats on Barnes Lake that have any type of boat launch capabilities. So Dana Day's property is unique that way. In exchange for the right of entry agreement, the Barnes Lake Management District has agreed to pay the assessment fee for her private property, and the lakefront fee is around just under $300 a year, and there's an escalator of 5% annually for that. So this agreement will cover her annual assessment fee. So with that, recommended action here is to place the right of entry agreement with Dana Day for her Lark Street property on the January 25th, 2025 council consent calendar with a recommendation for the mayor to sign it. Is there any questions or concerns?
Okay, team, do we have any questions?
Yes.
Angela.
I do. So is this for, what's the term? Is it for 5 years? Are we going to do this every year, every 10 years?
I believe this one is for 4 years, if I remember right. I don't have it in front of me, but I believe it's, and we've been doing this with this property owner for since 2011. So
every 4 years.
I believe so. Is that right, Dan? I think the last one was 2 years, but this one I think we did for 4 years.
Yeah, Ms. Day has kind of gone back and forth over time, where she would allow for an extended period agreement, and then there was a period of time where she, really was unsure, where she was going to be, with the property, and so she wanted to do it, annually. And so now we're back to a multi-year period, and I believe this one is for a 4-year period as well. So it's kind of nice. It helps, with the administrative aspect of it. Just have some certainty.
Thank you.
Let's see. I'm looking down to see what is before us. It just has this agreement dated with a blank this day. I'm looking for the end date on it, but I don't see that. So, okay. Just the start of it looks like. Okay.
I believe it's in section 8.
Is it? Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm trying to scroll through. Duration, here we go. Oh,
Through
there we go.
20
Thank you. Thank you, our attorney.
2028.
Thank you for pointing that out. All right, so it goes until January 31st of 2028. All right. Okay, so we have a recommended action before us to place the right of entry agreement with Dana Day for her Lark Street property on January 21st, 2025. Council consent calendar with a recommendation for the mayor to sign.
So moved.
And I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
Great, thank you very much.
Right, and so moving along, we will now be going to item number 6, the memorandum of understanding between the city of Tumwater and Lot Clean Water Alliance regarding a purchase and sale agreement for the properties in the Deschutes Valley, Amendment 2. Take it away, Dan.
Thank you. Good morning. And as Dave said, Happy New Year. Glad to be back with y'all today. This agreement's a fairly simple one. I don't have any slides or anything. This is really an extension of time for the city to continue working with Lot to determine, the overall conditions, of a purchase and sale agreement. We had extended this agreement earlier in the First Amendment to allow some additional time to complete some due diligence. At that time, we were looking at doing a site survey, an environmental site survey, to just kind of refresh that information in also in light of some of the work that Lot had done down there. That work was done late October, early November, and some of the conversations had begun with Lot, but given the holiday calendar, we need some additional time to get that done. So we anticipate over the next probably 2-3 months actually having those conversations in more depth with the Lot Clean Water Alliance, outlining any remaining concerns that the city has. To be fair, the environmental site survey did not present any really new findings for the city of any significant concern, and so we anticipate kind of moving forward as we kind of work through what some of the existing considerations that need to be taken in place down there, considering site access and some of the additional structures that exist down there. So we will be coming forth to Public Works Committee and City Council with more information, kind of with the bigger picture as we work through that with the Lot Clean Water Alliance. But this allows us a little bit more time, brings us up through June 2025 to negotiate that. With them. So with that, the request for y'all today is to place this MOU, this memorandum of understanding between the city and Lot regarding a purchase and sale agreement for the properties in the Deschutes Valley on the January 21st, 2025 City Council consent calendar with a recommendation to approve and authorize the mayor to sign.
Councilmember.
Yes. So this is just an extension, right? This is nothing new.
Correct. This is just an extension of time to allow staff additional opportunity to communicate with Lot and get a purchase and sale agreement that both organizations can move forward and bring forward to council for consideration.
And it should be done. Well, I see December 2025. Okay, so we have a whole year, right?
No, the December 2025, their current agreement expired in December. This was negotiated prior to the expiration of that agreement, and this is just an extension of time to allow us to continue to move forward under that existing agreement that we have with them.
Thank you.
So it would be a 6-month addition through June 2025.
Got it.
And so that's why I wanted clarification too, because the first line says that this amendment was made and entered into this blank date of December 2025. And so that's in the future. So.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It says it's December 25. That should have been 2024, but I can work with Lot to change that to January.
Okay.
Right. That's what I had noticed also.
Yeah. Can we change the line to January or the whole thing?
Yes, we'll update that.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. So acknowledging that we'll have some changes to update the information with the amendment, indicating that it'll be entered to this day in January 2025. Is that correct? So,
Correct.
So with that,
January 21st, when City Council authorizes it.
with that, then, with that change made, then we have a recommended action to place the MOU between the city of and Lot regarding a purchase and sale agreement for properties in the Deschutes Valley on January 21st, 2025, city council consent calendar with a recommendation to approve and authorize the mayor to sign.
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. All right,
Thank you.
Council Member Altizer, we're just moving right along. Okay, and so with those two action items out of the way, then we will be moving back to item number 4 that has to do with the interlocal agreement with the cities of Olympia, talking about the REAP program.
Yeah, good morning. Can you, okay, good. I'm on. Good morning. Happy New Year to everybody.
Morning, Grant.
Yeah, nice to see you all. Yes, so today I'd like to bring forward the next 5-year contract for REAP, which is the Regional Environmental Education Program, the interlocal agreement between Olympia, Lacey, Thurston County, and Tumwater. And yeah, we have reached the expiration of the past 5 years. This contract between the local jurisdictions supports the NPDES permit requirements for Phase 2 permittees with respect to the education and outreach component, behavior change component, and several other initiatives that REAP tackles to address engagement with not only just general community members, but also with the business community. And I do have some numbers here based on last year's work we did, but I think what I'll just quickly brief over are the budgetary numbers. Basically, the budget is broken out over 5 years. We have requested an increase this year to accommodate obviously inflation, added costs to getting this work completed. So the budget increase annually has gone up to $120,000 year over year. The percent allocations are based on populations. The population counts were derived from the last census data. And so that's broken out in the agreement. I can cover those if you have any questions, but basically City of Tumwater is responsible for 12% of that budget amount, which equates to $14,400 annually. You know, we get a lot, the City of Tumwater gets a lot out of that particular agreement, given I guess the leveraging power that we have working on a regional level. So we play a big part in that, and it's the work has been very effective. So on that note, yes, just would like to ask that this gets placed on the January 21st, 2025 City Council consent calendar with a recommendation to approve and authorize the mayor to sign. And I'm happy to address any questions you might have.
Oh, Angela, you're on mute. Go ahead, Angela.
Yes. Is it possible to see the increase just, from years ago? Why the increase? I know for inflation, but where is our increase going? Is it going to staff time? Is it going to, projects?
Mm-hmm.
So just a breakdown of where our increase is going and where the money is going. I would like
Yeah.
to.
No, that's a great question. Really, the added costs are primarily going to our consultant fees.
Mm-hmm.
We contract with several consultants to address our web development and web support needs. So those costs have gone up. We also have increased costs for the Stream Team newsletter, which gets distributed quarterly. So printing costs have gone up. We've also moved to more sustainable materials like 100% recycled paper and inks, and unfortunately those cost more money. But, you know, given the sustainability initiatives that all the jurisdictions are under, we felt it was compelling enough to purchase those higher end products to meet that need. So it's really just consulting fees. You know, we have because Stream Team is such a forward-facing brand that actually a lot of community members don't necessarily equate to a government agency. You know, there's a lot of trust that's built there. So we do have a lot of products or incentives that we utilize to reward our volunteers for participating. And so there's costs, you know, for those materials that we purchase for our incentives programs. So yeah, I think
Understood. And I agree, but just with scrutiny nowadays and concerns about increasing costs and where's all this money going. So just to have some background information, so me as Angela, the public can be like, oh, okay, I see where it's going. Right? Am I making
Yeah.
sense?
absolutely. And you know, honestly, it's money well spent. It's pretty minimal in the grand scheme of what we get from it. You know, I think, and let me just share some numbers with you. Just last year alone, the REAP team, so that's all of us, and we support one another with all of our events. We hosted 89 events throughout the South Sound region. We had a total of 3,408 in-person engagements with community members. And those engagements covered a whole gamut of different event styles. So we had stewardship and volunteer programs. I think you're all familiar with the Second Saturday Restoration event at Sap Road Park. That's gained a lot of momentum and, you know, just been a wonderful experience to get folks involved in what stormwater pollution impacts play on our critical areas and the steps we can take as community members to help offset some of those impacts. But we also have a very robust workshop series focused on hands-on science and best practices at home. We're launching this coming year and into the next few years, we're launching a behavior change program surrounding habitat at home and naturescapes, natural yard care. And so that was an older program that was really supported and pushed in the past and went away during COVID. And so we had a lot of success with it and a lot of demand for it. And so we're bringing that back in this next iteration. And then, of course, we have a lot of the hands-on science surveys that occur with the amphibian surveys, which actually will be starting up here in the next few months, and the macroinvertebrate surveys. I think one of the great things about Stream Team is that, you know, we now have, especially in Tumwater, we have a very close relationship with the school district. And so we've engaged with not only the students and the school district themselves, but we actually now are building a coalition with the teachers to carry Stream Team into the curriculum and share that information with students and embed it into the framework that they're teaching to. So, you know, all of our alignment is only getting stronger and more impactful and reaching out to our community members. So
good.
Yeah.
Good info, Grant. However, my teammates, do you think that this should be something that the council hears? Because this is just great information, I think, that we should all know about. What do you think?
Let's see.
I know Joan would love it. Well, we all would love to hear this information.
Okay, let's see. Let me look here. We could would double check with our city administrator about adding this. We do have, let's see. We've got a couple items on consideration on the 21st. So it would be up to you if we want to move this to where we have an opportunity to share this. It's up to you guys if you want to move this to consideration.
I was going to suggest, you know, we could move the interlocal agreement forward and then come back to a consideration for an overall annual kind of a strong presentation on, you know, what the programs have provided, kind of the current state of affair of programs and the 2025 work plan moving forward. That would be a significant presentation and would cover a lot of that ground.
Yes, I would like that.
At a February.
Dan, you're suggesting that we move this forward on consent and then we establish maybe a work session item that's more comprehensive in nature, once
Right.
sort of this has a chance to get underway and we have a little more meat to fill in the gaps.
Yeah, so there'll be a more robust presentation, you know, of kind of the work plan and where we've been and where we're going.
Right.
Well, then too, I wonder if it's for more council information, or is it more, we want to be more forward facing, doing as a public, just to let do a public presentation. Sometimes I don't know if anybody how watched our work sessions are. So
Oh, people tune in.
okay, all right. I just want to double check.
Can't
So-
miss TV.
Okay, just double checking where our operating. I did jump on to the Stream Team website, and yeah, just through March, the different activities that you're offering, and that one Habitat at Home workshop that's being offered in Lacey already has a wait list. So it looks like
Yeah.
people are finding this information. And so the amphibians part looks real interesting too. So as
Right.
far as looking for tadpole eggs, I assume that's what they'll be doing. So
Yeah, and just to put a bug in everybody's ear, this is the 35th anniversary of Stream Team. So we're building on 35 years of work, and I think Stream Team's never really been as effective as it is now with all the different technologies and the relationships that we've built. So it is a lot to be proud of, and it's an amazing body of work. I mean, I'm certainly proud of it, and yeah, would love to share it.
Good.
I remember
Well-
doing Stream Team when I was when I was going to Timberline. We did it in Camachin too in middle school when
Yeah.
I grew up in Lacey. Don't hold that against me, but I remember doing Stream Team.
yeah.
We hatched salmon eggs in the 4th grade to be released, and one
Mhm.
of them made national news because it was a 2-headed salmon
Oh, wow.
that it
Oh.
survived
That was you.
to the alvelin stage. I still remember the development stages.
Yeah.
Became an alvelin, and then it was on like that Sunday morning show that's feel good stories that aren't like news. It was the 2-headed salmon of Lakes Elementary was featured on it.
Oh.
That's cool.
That is awesome. I remember one of the projects that they would go and they would paint around all the outfalls, that would say, this water goes directly into the, protect your salmon, and the high school kids would go around and mark the outlets in our neighborhoods. So yeah, be aware of not washing your car, and careful where you're putting down the storm drains and stuff. So we need to be reminded of that. So we have a recommended action. So what did we decide upon? And we're going to send this to consent with the opportunity to revisit it on a future work session. Okay, all right. So I'll go ahead and read the recommended action. So we have the recommended action to place the ILA for the cities of Olympia, Lacey, and Thurston County, implementing a REAP on the January 21st, 2025 City Council consent calendar with a recommendation to approve and authorize the mayor to sign. This item will be, I don't know if I should read it in there. This item will be brought forward to a work session in a future date.
So move.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Looks like we have now reached, Michael, we got that done before 9, so yay for you. You've got a busy day ahead. So with that, it looks like we don't have, unless there are any other additional items before us, then I will call the Thursday, January 9th, 2025 Tumwater Public Works meeting adjourned. Have a super day, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.